agreed to get married to each other. You said yes to his proposal. She has said yes to your proposal. Congratulations to you. But my brother and my sister, the next thing to start doing isn't shawarma and burgers and pizzas and planning ashwebi or planning how long your bridal train is going to be. It isn't, I'm finally engaged, friends, so it's time, hey, this is a serious time. It's courtship. It's your courtship period. It's a period to take things seriously. Courtship is not about fun alone. Of course, you should have fun as God helps you, but it isn't about fun alone. Courtship is about planning. You want to get married to this person for the rest of your life. You shouldn't use your courtship period to just plan wedding. Have you planned your marriage? You have to plan your marriage. You have to sit down and plan your marriage. That is what courtship is about. It is courtship that will test that conviction that you said you have concerning him or concerning her. It is courtship that will reveal the inner mind or the inner man of that person that you want to get married to. So you can't be blinded by the activities of planning a wedding, that you wouldn't be able to see the red signals and the green signals as the case may be. Courtship is not about assumptions. It's not about assumptions. You shouldn't just go into courtship and just assume that, of course, it will understand with me. If I only want one child, it will understand. Personally, I don't think I'm going to love to have intimacy so much like that. So you should understand. This is the assumptions that people have in courtship, that eventually they get into marriage and then they find something else there. You have to trash things out in courtship. It is not the time to go mushy. It is not the place you're going to go to deceive yourself. You shouldn't keep quiet and deceive yourself. It is not a place you go to and don't want to disappoint your parents because you've had introduction. So you don't want to say, mommy, I think I'm going into hell. So let's break it. You're deceiving yourself and you remain inside it. Courtship is not a place you go to and then you begin to cover your partner so that people wouldn't know. You're covering sensitive issues. Then you get married. I saw it in courtship, but they say that we shouldn't discuss our problem with. What are you talking about? You're in courtship. Both of you actually have, when it's sensitive issues, you want to trash it out. If it is not reconcilable, you go your ways, because broken courtship is better than a broken marriage. So courtship is more than important. Courtship is not just a simple thing. It is an obligation. It is very important because you don't know the heart of the person you want to get married to. You only know yourself. It is in courtship time tests all these loves that you feel, all these feelings that you think is love. Many times it might be infatuation. Many times it might be obsession. It is time that will test it. Those testimonies and convictions you feel you have might not be from God, it might be from self, it might be from the devil, it might be from whatever. Do you understand? It is courtship that will help you to test it, and that is why you shouldn't rush. Let that time of courtship, even if it is 6 months, let it test whatever both of you say you have towards each other. Courtship is a place of prayers. Courtship is a place of interviews. You will interview each other to the extent you shouldn't feel hurt by the interviews. It is very important for you to know the values this person carries and the values the other person carries. You have to be, it is a place of many interviews. It is a place of planning. If you fail to plan, you are already planning to fail. Do you understand? It is a place to lay the foundation for your marriage. It is a place for you to lay the foundation for the marriage for which you have dreamt for so many years. Please don't let's get into the proposal state. We said yes, and then we just forget about the main place we are going to. No, it is the courtship that will determine your joy in marriage. If your courtship, because courtship is a taste of the marriage, it is in courtship you eventually know the kind of material your spouse to be is made of. So courtship is important, very important. So here I have 24 topics that both of you actually have to sit down and discuss. If both of you live so close, for instance, you're in the same state, or you live close, like the state where you live is close to each other, you can actually meet every week, to discuss. If you can't meet, you discuss over the phone, but you make the discussions very serious. The 24 questions or the 24 topics that I've chosen is one question for 1 week for the space of 6 months. That's how I planned it. Do you understand? So one of those topics, you pick them in a week, you discuss them. As the week runs by, if you have questions concerning that topic, you discuss them. And now I want to tell you that these topics that I've listed are sensitive, deep questions. You have to ask your partner or your spouse to be prayerfully so that you can get the truth out of him or her, and he or she can also get the truth out of you. You should be vulnerable to each other. Don't try to conceal things and say, if I say the truth now, he's going to leave me. If I say the truth now, she's going to leave me. Courtship is for you to actually bear it all. It is not the time for you to deceive your partner. So prayerfully, you have to ask these questions. You have to ask these discussions. Because if you don't ask prayerfully, people will lie to you. We've seen people that went through courtship very well, not knowing that the other person had been married. The wife is still alive, having children. This person, courtship is very important. So prayerfully ask these questions. Get notebooks and pen, my brother and my sister. When you're going to sit down and have all these questions outlined, his answer, he's going to write it in his notes. Your answer, you write it in your notes. At some point, both of you will have to exchange your notes to see if both of you have written, is that what you think? Yes. Is that what I think? Yes. You can actually append your signature. That's actually how we do it in our church. You append your signature there because it is very important. We live in a world of uncertainties. You understand? Even if the person has forgotten, because the person was just talking out of love that time. What you people have written down, oh, but you told me then that, you can always have referrals to the notes you've taken. Please be intentional about these courtship topics. Be intentional. It isn't just, okay, so the next one on our topic now is that we should talk about sex. So how is your sexuality life? No, be intentional about it. Like stand up from your bed, sit down on the chair, sit down, put your notes on the table, and both of you have sincere discussions. If the person cannot be sincere, if the person cannot open his mouth to talk or cannot open her mouth to talk, if the person does not appear serious, you probably have not gotten the person you want to get married to. You both have to be serious about this thing. Sit down and begin to answer the questions one after the other. And please, let your partner finish talking. When your partner is talking, allow him to finish. Allow her to finish. Because when you begin to say, okay, so make assumptions for him already. You didn't allow him to land, for instance. You're just, okay, so that is what you're assuming already for him. He quickly gets, or she quickly gets the, oh, this is what he or she wants to hear, so let me give it to the person. So let him land, let him finish. Let him finish. So that, okay, are you done? Are you done? Be part of it. Are you done? Okay, so we can write it down, right? Confirmation. We can write it down that this is what we are planning, right? You get? So please, and please, let your courtship be intentional. I'm going to be running through the 24 topics, okay? But don't worry, I'm linking the PDF down because I've worked on the PDF and I want you to download the PDF and start to, if you are in courtship already, good for you that these questions are coming to you handy. They are very important. Even if your courtship ends tomorrow, make sure you run through all those questions today. So that you can know exactly what you're entering into. You get? Some of these answers will show the rottenness or the freshness of the mind of the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And immediately you start to sense things that don't correlate with your values. Make sure you just run away, or you just, if it's something that can be fixed, you fix it. If it can't be fixed, then you run away from it. Because you can marry outside your race, but do not marry outside your values. Let that sink in your head, sir and man. Okay, so I'm going to be running through those topics, okay? Make sure one of the topics you discuss them in a week. Don't rush them. Don't rush them. Say, we finish our courtship in 1 week because we discussed everything. No, take your time. Drink water on it. Okay, ask questions all through the week. Okay, so this is what this one means. Okay, this is what this means to you. Do you understand? So I'm going to be running through the questions. Download the PDF. Even if you are still single, you'll be engaged in couples of months to come, right? Like even if it is 10 months to come, you'll be engaged. If it is 6 months, as the month you want to be engaged, that is how it will be for you in Jesus' name. If you want it to be in 6 months' time, you want to be engaged, the Lord will do it for you. If you want it in 1 month's time, the Lord will do it for you in Jesus' name. And if it is in 3 years, 4 years, just make sure you note all these questions down and begin to work on them even before the person comes. Do you understand? So that you begin to build your values. So in the PDF gift I have for you, I have listed the 24 questions down. Do you understand? So it's just for you to download it and then you go through it and then you can print it out so so both of you can have it in your courtship. Whether you're single right now or you are, you can also save this video for later so that you can always come to refer to it. Do you understand? So while it is important for you to download the PDF, it's also important for you to listen to what I'm saying so that because there are certain explanations that I might not put there. I just broke them down simply in the PDF, but I might explain a little here in the video. Do you understand? So week 1, I would love you to have like self-introduction. You get to know each other better. Do you understand? And then week 2, you begin to talk about your spirituality. You want to know both of you want to know how spiritual both of you are. What is your spiritual level? Have you received the gift of the Holy Spirit? Or how do you act like in church? What is your department? You want to know those things, the spiritual level of that person. It's all in the PDF. Do you understand? Week 3, you want to know about is or a relationship and family patterns. What's your relationship with your mom, your relationship with your dad, your relationship with your siblings, your relationship with your aunties and uncles and relations, and blah, blah. I want to know. From there, you begin to listen to certain things, how he or she views the family, both of you express your mind about things like that. The family patterns, they have like curses, all those family patterns, those things that you probably have seen to be problems or something that is peculiar to your family. You both discuss them when you're talking about relationships. Do you understand? It's all broken down in the PDF. Relationship with friends, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, all those relationships, you want to know about all of them. Yeah, so it's getting intense at week 3, yeah? So week 4, you want to know about his personal views about some issues, his personal beliefs about certain issues. For instance, recently there was this popular issue, polygamy, on the social media in Nigeria, and many Christians started to talk about it. You begin to see that even though they were going to church, even though their names were Samson and Isaac and Andrew and all, they all had, some of them, many people actually have biased view about polygamy. Okay, so now that is why you have to be very careful. You have to ask questions. What's your view about polygamy? What's your view about homosexuality? What is your view about abortion in marriage? You want to know about the views of this person. It's all listed in the PDF. Do you understand? Week 5, you want to talk about your love languages and temperament. This is what I love. This is how you can express love to me. I can be quiet when I'm angry with someone. Then years after, I can bring it up and blow the fence up and stuff like that. You discuss everything in this week. Do you understand? By week 6, it gets intense because you want to start talking about the past traumas, the past sins, the past experiences you probably have had, things that are that could be very detrimental to the health of your marriage. You begin to open them up right now. So very, very important. I've broken all the areas down in the PDF. Then as with week 7, you want to begin to know about the personal habits of your spouse to be. What are your personal habits? How do you snore? What do people say about you? What do people hate about you? What have people told you they love about you? Begin to hear certain things about your habits. Oh, how do you eat? Do you have issues with food? Do you hate food? Or do you love food so much? I love food. I love. You listen to all those things. I love sleep so much. I sleep like 12 hours a day. In actual fact, even at work, I still find time to sleep and all. You begin to know the habits of that particular person. What the person read a lot. This person see movies a lot. What are the habits that person has? It is here you begin to know them. Week 8, talk about your health, past health issues and challenges, attacks and all these things. Discuss all of them. So discuss all your health issues here. Discuss all the ones that have passed, the ones you're feeling right now probably, and then the ones that probably threaten your family. It's ones in the family you are afraid it might come. You're a child of God. You don't want to have that fear, but you never can tell. But this is actually something that I've seen run through the family. You can actually discuss all of them here. So week 9 is very important. This is where both of you discuss your likes and dislikes about yourselves. What I really love about myself is I am proactive, I am this and that. What I don't love about myself is that, to be frank with you, I could be very lazy. Week 10, I'd love you to talk about your fears, your phobia, the fears you have. I'm telling you that some of these things are things that threaten the family. Then week 11, what is your perfect relationship? Your perfect relationship. He tells you, oh, this is the perfect relationship in his head. He tells you. You also tell him what you have in your head about the perfect relationship. You tell him. So both of you exchange ideas on what you expect from an ideal man and what to expect from an ideal woman. Week 12, you talk about food, your meal plans, how many times do we eat a day, is it twice or thrice, do you want to take food to your place of work, what are the food restrictions we have, are we frying foods or are we just grilling? Number 13, you talk about money, you talk about investment, you talk about your skills. This is very important. Money, I've broken it down, do you understand? You can always check them. Number 14, morality and moral standards. It's under this place you people talk about what you believe in wearing, also about drinking, smoking, the morality, the person's morality, the person's values when it comes to his or her moral life. Very important for you to note them down. Number 15, you talk about mentorship. The mentorship your spouse to be actually has had or is having, do you understand, or is hoping to have, actually determines, it speaks a whole lot about the person, and you have to be very, very sensitive to pick them up. So mentorship, both of you discuss your mentorship. Oh, I really love this person. For what? Why do you love that person? Oh, for this, for our values, because she believes in this. Both of you discuss everything in total. Week 16, both of you want to discuss your marital roles. This is very important. What do you feel a wife should be in the home? What should you feel a man should be in the home? Number 17, discuss childbirth, pregnancy and childbirth. Very important. What does it see? What does she see about childbirth? What is Hebrew women birth? Is it only vaginal birth that is the normal Hebrew women birth? Or what about cesarean section? Number 18, discuss child upbringing and disciplines. How do we bring up our children? What will correct the child or the children when we are together? Then in week 19, I put some miscellaneous questions, general questions. You can also come up with yours and add to it so that both of you can work on them that week 19. Week 20, if you want to discuss the household chores, whether you like it or not, household chores are very important. It's a very important topic. Number 21, discuss divorce and separation. What can I do? What is that thing that I can do so much to you that can bring us divorce, for instance? What is your belief about divorce? What do you think about divorce? Week 22, I'd love you to discuss some unforeseen circumstances. Very important, because marriage is not all about the clear clouds, blue clouds, the happy days. There are certain unforeseen circumstances that can arise. What if I lose my job? What if I can't work? What if I become sick? What if you become sick? What if I'm the only one working? What if this? Week 23, I would love you people to talk about conflict and your resolution. What is your resolution? What are the conflicts that probably can rise up? When issues like that arise, I would love us to reconcile like this. I sometimes can reconcile like that. And then the last week of your courtship will be very good for you to talk about sex. Yeah, and I've broken it down for you in the PDF, as I said. What do you think sex is to a man? What do you think sex is to a woman? How often do you think we should have sex? What do you think about family planning? What kind of family planning do you want us to have? Days when, in my period, would you still want to sleep with me? And issues like that. When you're discussing sex, it is not only discussing, okay, which one do you like? I'm not talking about that one. We're talking about the sensitive, deep part of sex that can cause problems in your home. When you get into marriage, both of you can be talking about mushy feelings about sex. But please, in courtship, it will be very good for both of you to discuss the very important things. Very important things, so that you don't miss out on things. So these are the 24 topics I have for the 24 weeks. Do you understand? I want to believe that it will go a long way to help. Probably later in the future, I can have more for like a year or more than. But for now, I believe these ones will cover a whole lot. It will be very helpful for you to download the PDF in the description, okay? And send to your spouse to be, or keep for your spouse to be. Both print them out and begin to trash them one after the other when both of you start your courtship. I hope you were able to enjoy or learn one or two things from all that I have said. If you have some topics that you feel they should also discuss, you've been married or you're in courtship or you have experience in one thing or the other, you can drop in the comment section so people can see and say, oh, okay, yeah, I think we should add this to what Lizzy has said. You get, yeah, so it is very important. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. I really hope that this has opened your eyes to see how sensitive and important courtship is. I hope that you're taking your courtship seriously from this day forward. And I hope that you keep your eyes open in courtship to see all the things that could be very threatening and detrimental to your home. I hope you got that. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not. Like this video, leave me comments, okay? Share this video with people that you feel are going to be blessed by it, okay? And then, yeah, I think that's majorly it. So till next time, I'll be coming up with something amazing and value loaded again. I remain yours faithfully, Lizzy Oyebola Yakubu, Mrs. Yaks, saying stay safe, stay godly, and stay amazing. Bye.